I have made it evidently clear how much I hate racists. I hate racism. I hate racists from all sides, no matter the color. But nothing despises me more than a racist. Because one thing that I've noticed when it come down to black racism, y'all find any and every opportunity to try to victimize and hate white people. At any given moment, if there's an opportunity to hate a white person, y'all will jump on that bandwagon. For instance, this whole situation with Nolan Wells. I'm pretty sure we've all heard about it. So Nolan Wells is the young black boy that came up missing over the weekend while celebrating the 4th of July with a group of friends. And while nobody is focusing on what happened, nobody is focusing on the hypothesis of what could have happened to this boy, you black ignorant racists decided to automatically make it about race. No facts, no evidence, just shooting off and being racist again towards white people. Not even taking into consideration in the fact that if these white people were a threat to him, why would he get on this boat to begin with in the first place? Because I don't care who you are. You could be red, white, magenta. I don't care what color you are. If I don't feel safe with you, I'm not getting on a boat, a plane, a train. I'm not getting on anything with you. So obviously he felt safe enough to celebrate with these people. Yet y'all are making this about race. But
The irritating thing about the Nolan Wells case is Nolan Wells is a type of person that the black community will not accept. Because look at that picture. He's the only black person there. If Nolan Wells was alive, black people would look at him as a traitor. They would look at him as a person that's not with them. They look at him, white boy, they would call him all types of names because he's not hanging out with black people. But the minute something happens to him and everything that's happening to him and they see this picture, they automatically assume now they're going to care about him because now they're going to make this to a race issue. And that is the thing that we see amongst the black community. And I feel like I won't see this in my lifetime, but future generations will experience this and be better. The first thing that black people have to stop doing is stop being obsessed with white people. Stop thinking that white people are the reason for everything bad for black people. Stop thinking that. Because she made a great point. If he wasn't comfortable with these people, he would have never got on that boat. He would never even be around. Right? He got on that boat, and whatever happened after, we don't know. We see this, all these things happening. But it's not like they forced him on the boat. He went on the boat. You've seen pictures of them on the boat having a great old time. There you go. But the one thing that I will say about the black community, stop being obsessed with white folks. What you're starting to see now, and we've been seeing this, we've been hearing this from our families and stuff, but we see it now more online, is that it's starting to get to a point where black people are more racist. They are the racists now. They are the one blaming everybody or blaming white people for their struggles or blaming and saying this and saying that without taking accountability. I think the only way that black people get ahead, in my opinion, is when they focus on their damn selves and focus on cleaning up their own community. But you see it. It's the white man's fault. Why you ain't got a job, Ray Ray? It's the white man fault. Well, what about that gun charge you had? Ain't got nothing to do with it. Nope, it's the white man fault. Why you can't go get? Why you a single baby mama? Oh, it's the white man fault. I just think that black people need to finally start to grow up and stop blaming white people. Stop being so obsessed with white people and stop putting them in conjunction with your own failures. Right? Like a lot of y'all talk about slavery when none of y'all experienced slavery. We got the same opportunities as white people, Asian people, Mexican people. We have the same opportunities. Oh, what about the racism in the workplace and all of that? Just be the best. And I think so many black people are so worried about white people, but they're not worrying about just being the best and making it happen for themselves.
that's not even really the part that gets me though. Y'all obsession with white people is so real is that y'all don't make outrage about things like this.
Reed Jr. now behind bars after a deadly shooting Tuesday evening. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says the 29-year-old fired his gun during an argument outside of a home on Tracy Lynn Drive, ultimately shooting and killing his 4-year-old daughter and injuring his 2-year-old daughter and their 27-year-old mother. JSO says Reed left the scene in a stolen SUV but was found 20 minutes later. This is not the first time Reed has been arrested, though. His first arrest, an armed robbery in 2015.
So a black man kills his child and injures another child along with the mother, and there is no outrage at all. Why ain't nobody talking about this? Why is nobody speaking up in our community is talking about this situation? Because black lives only matter when a white person is involved. Y'all have put white people on a pedestal so high that y'all take total disregard on what we do to each other. And I'm not taking away on what could have happened, but there is no facts on what happened to Nolan Wells. Anything could have happened to that child, but that's the purpose of law enforcement. That's the purpose of law enforcement doing their job so that we can come up with our things once, the facts start to come out. But see, you niggas don't believe that. Y'all believe in always being emotional and attacking. Yeah, this is the same rhetoric that y'all used on Carmelo Anthony. Y'all support black criminals like Carmelo Anthony, all because of the strength that he killed a white boy. Not because this boy set up here lost his life over absolutely nothing. And really both of these kids that set up here done lost their life. Y'all are happy over the fact that this black killer killed a white boy.
That's the problem. Like I said, it's when we see with our community, right? If something happens to the black guy and there's white people around, it's automatically white man's fault. If a young black kid does something to a white kid and he's not here anymore, hooray! What it is our community celebrates the degenerates, right? We have things that we see in our community every day put on the news, and we do it. We do things to ourselves, whether that's scamming, whether that's committing, these heinous acts towards each other, whether that's just doing stupid stuff, right? Nobody talks about that. Nobody cares. But then you see people doing think pieces about Officer Tatum. Then you see people thinking that, oh, look, it's the white man's fault again. Look what they do to us. No, we do more to ourselves than any other race does to us. Look at the news. Look at YouTube. Look at the different channels and look at the things that we're doing to ourselves, but we never hold ourselves accountable. Why? Because what's the point to a lot of these people, right? That's not us being a victim. Yeah, we're being a victim to ourselves. So if we want to say victim mentality, we have the victim mentality to ourselves because we're the ones taking ourselves out. We're the one doing these things to ourselves. That is the thing that you have to understand. That is the thing that a lot of these black people don't want to talk about. Your favorite people that you watch, these people, Don Lemons and Al Sharptons and Ben Crump, when have they came out against a black on black shooting? When have they came out and seen and talked about the stuff happening in Chicago, Memphis, Baltimore? They don't care about that stuff. They only care if there's a white person involved. So what does that tell you? Right? You guys are so obsessed with white people where that's the only way that you will speak out. There's a white person involved. But the black on black crime, you guys are always silent. And it's because y'all don't care. And everybody else knows that you don't care as well. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's always going to keep us thinking right. Keep going. Tap into the No Filter Morning Show. Link in the show description below. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out. I'm not African American, bro. I'm American. Temporary status shouldn't be 40 years. This is why we can't help single moms. We got to make snitching great again. If I see a man, he don't take care of his kids, he's a bum. Unsubscribe. I'm still going to keep going up. My issue is that you are really hard on single mothers. It will always be the woman's fault. Start snitching, y'all. I haven't seen a smart black Democrat. Let's keep it funky. Why was the woman created? It's called the No Filter Morning Show. It's straight like that.